Hey there, so you live in Oregon and you're trying to find a dog trainer? Well, you've come to the right place. We're going to walk through exactly how to find that perfect person who can help you and your dog really make the most of living in this amazing state. For so many of us here, the ultimate goal is to have a dog that's more than just a pet. They're our adventure buddy, right? We're picturing a dog who's just as comfortable on a busy Portland street as they are at a dog-friendly brewery, or, ready to go and we decide to just pack up and head to the coast for the day. Okay, so let's get into it. What makes training a dog here in Oregon a little different? It's really all about prepping them for the kinds of things they'll see every single day, from bustling city markets to quiet forest trails. I mean, this is the reality of having a dog in Oregon, isn't it? You've got crowded Saturday markets, cyclists zipping by on trails, and you never know when you'll run into some wildlife on a hike. A good local trainer gets this. They know it's not just about sit and stay. It's about teaching your dog to stay cool when a bike flies by, or how to handle seeing a deer without losing their mind. It's real-world stuff. All right, so before you even open up Google and search for dog trainers near me, there's a really important first step. You got to get clear on what you're actually looking for. Let's talk about how to figure out what you and your dog truly need from this whole process. So what's on your list? Is it the constant leash pulling that's making your arms sore on every walk? Maybe your dog jumps on every single person who comes to the door. Or is it something a little more serious, like fearfulness or separation anxiety? Nailing down these specific behaviors is going to be your best guide to finding a trainer who has experience with exactly those issues. And then you got to think about what format is going to work for you and your life. Group classes, they're awesome for socialization and learning to focus with other dogs around. Private lessons give you that one-on-one time to really hone in on specific problems. And in-home training, well, that's perfect for stuff that happens at home, like barking at the mailman. There are lots of options. And your dog's age is a big factor too. A little puppy is all about learning the basics and getting socialized. Then you hit that, let's call it challenging, teenage phase, where it's all about impulse control. And hey, don't forget that adult and senior dogs can totally learn new things. You can teach an old dog new tricks. Okay, so now you've got a pretty good idea of what you're looking for. The next question is, how do you actually find a good trainer? It's about knowing what to look for beyond a cool logo or a catchy slogan. So here's a term you're going to hear a lot, and it's really, really important: positive reinforcement. This is pretty much the gold standard in modern dog training. It's all about rewarding your dog for doing the right thing with treats, praise, whatever they love. It's not about punishment. It's about building trust, which is exactly what you want with your adventure buddy. Think of it like this. You're looking for green flags and trying to avoid the red ones. A green flag is any trainer who talks about using rewards, building your dog's confidence, and setting you both up for success. The red flags? Anything that involves fear, pain, or intimidation. Things like shock collars, prong collars, or anyone who talks about you needing to be the alpha or dominate your dog. That's old, outdated thinking, and be wary of anyone who promises a quick fix. Real training takes time. Now, here's something you should know. Dog training is an unregulated industry. Literally anyone can call themselves a trainer. That's why certifications are so helpful. They're a sign that a trainer has actually studied, passed exams, and is committed to continuing their education. You'll see acronyms like CPTTK. You don't have to memorize them, but seeing them on a website is a really good sign. And if you're dealing with bigger issues like serious reactivity, a more specialized certification, like from the IABC, is something to look for. Okay, you're getting close. Now it's time to actually talk to some trainers. And when you do, you'll want to have some key questions ready to go. So here's your checklist. Think of this as your interview guide. Ask them straight up. What methods do you use and what kind of tools do you use? Ask them how they'd create a plan specifically for your dog and your life here. For example, how would you help me with my dog's reactivity to cyclists on the Springwater corridor? A good professional trainer will love that you're asking these questions, and they'll have thoughtful answers for you. All right, let's talk about two very practical things: how much this is all going to cost and where you can go to practice all the great new skills you're going to learn. So yeah, there's a pretty big range when it comes to cost. Group classes are usually the most affordable way to get started, maybe a couple $100 for a multi-week course. Private lessons will cost more per hour. And then you have things like board and train programs, which are a much bigger financial commitment, but they can be really effective for intense behavior modification. And just a heads up, you'll probably see higher prices in places like Portland or Bend than you would in other parts of Oregon. Training doesn't just happen in a classroom. You've got to take it out into the real world. And we've got some amazing spots to do that here.
You could head to a big, fenced-in area like Chimney Park in Portland to safely work on your dog's recall. Or, if you're practicing polite walking, a place like Silver Falls State Park has tons of sights and smells to work with. The trick is to match the location to the skill you're practicing. Oh, and always double-check the local leash rules before you head out.
And hey, for anyone who's just adopted a new dog, here's a little piece of advice that can be a real lifesaver: the 3-3-3 rule. It's just a guideline, but it's a great reminder that it takes time for a dog to settle in. In the first 3 days, they're just decompressing. After 3 weeks, they're starting to learn your routine. And by 3 months, they're usually starting to feel truly at home. Just remember to be patient with them and with yourself. You know, at the end of the day, finding the right trainer isn't just about fixing problems. It's about building an incredible partnership with your dog. It's about being able to enjoy everything Oregon has to offer, together. It means those walks around the neighborhood become peaceful instead of stressful, and those weekend adventures are something you both look forward to. It just makes everything better. I hope you find the perfect trainer and have an amazing time exploring with your best friend.